swinging right here. No, he was taken all the way.
So maybe they selectively uploaded and didn't upload the games he threw in. Probably a stretch, but there's theories we're thinking of. Either way, the games have begun, and Nick Johnson, it's a ground ball. There's a 4-3 ground out, advancing the runner. Deep out there, that's Lucas Cantu. Out in the outfield, Johnson delivers a soft ground ball up the first base line. Johnson applies the tag himself. Nifty play as the senior comes off the bump. Advancing 90 feet is Esquivel, but now 2 outs.
To be throwing that breaking pitch.
Another elevated pitch, and now the runner's going off, trying to get the run home on the first and third, and that's what happens with Luke Esquivel. He begins the game. Runners on first and third. He comes across to score, starting the scoring tonight. On the right side, Brady Boozer out and right makes the catch in shallow right side for the first out. So 2 pitches into Ben Chen's outing. He deals with the most difficult Brewer bat for 1 gone. 1-0 lead for Grapevine, bottom of the first, and an 0-2 count here to Ferris. Chen comes home, and he takes something off that one for strike 3. Always tough early on in a game, too, when a catcher takes foul tips throughout a game, but for it to happen in the first and to be a little shaken up for the rest of the game can always be a challenge. Appears to be good to go as he sticks that one for a called strike from Ben Chen. 1-2 the count here with 2 outs.
I believe this is Lucas Cantu at the plate.
Indeed.
Really appreciate you joining us, and best of luck in your baseball career going forward. We might have to sub you in for another interview, and hopefully this will be another deep playoff run for the Mustangs.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all for having me.
Okay, have a good one.
Yes, sir. You too.
That's Wes Cunningham joining us. Really appreciate the time that he takes. Former Mustang, and obviously still very in touch with the program as well. First inning in the bullpen, still persisting, but it's still Nick Johnson out there going up against the .370 hitting sophomore Connor Ray.
Yeah, Connor had a really good doubleheader last Friday night. Had 2 extra base hits and was actually the only Mustang to have a hit in both games. But he's really been on a tear since the 1st of April. Just looking back at his last 8 games.
Porter and Luke Esquivel is waiting on deck, trying to do just that. He's the lone run so far today. A leadoff walk turned into a first and third throw down, and well, that's one way to continue the line. Sign out and left. You wonder, at least from a home run perspective, how many he was able to put out in a smaller yard.
Yeah, I'd like to see what those numbers look like.
As it's grounded to the right side. Play made at first, and Luke Esquivel retired, but does go down as a productive at-bat. Runners advance to second and third.
Right. You tend to see more lefties be pull hitters.
That is upstairs. Meaning
if you're going to swing, don't be late. You better be on time if you get your pitch.
Triple.
Okay. I didn't hit many triples, but he meant like, you better be out in front of it. Don't be late. Not sure I have any triples in the stat book at South Alabama, actually.
Boswell takes that for a strike right on the outer half, and that evens the count. So Johnson's battle back.
Yeah, this is Tanner Pierce at the plate. He's one of their seniors. They've got 5 seniors in the starting lineup, I believe. Tanner's hitting .219 on the season.
He lifts this towards center field. Goldstein makes the grab. 1 gone. So it looks like at least early on, both corners are in play for the respective righties and lefties on the mound. As he grabs the outer half for a called strike there, Ben Chen kicks and deals, and that's another ball towards center. No problem once again for Goldstein. Matthew McGinnis gets on to start for the Bears. A good start for them here in the bottom of the third inning.
Yeah, you'd like to get him swinging. He was only hitting 146 on the season.
And so Braden Squires up to the plate, bottom of the third.
Well, he squares early again.
So Squires looking to advance the runner. He drops it down. Throw to first is wide. Ben Chen's throw pulled Boswell off the bag. And a 2-0 count it is. Ben Chen, hitter-friendly count to Orozco. And Orozco gives this a ride towards center. Goldstein tracks back, and the tag from second to third. Successful there. Alex Chavez, the one running, looking to bunt. That was the play there. Interesting situation.
He squares early again.
Ferris showing it, drops it down, and they were thinking about going home. Don't. And instead, it's a tie ball game on a squeeze by Ferris.
I think that was a good decision right there by Jarrett to get the out on the base runner, because that was not a forced play at home. It requires a good throw and a tag by Gianni, and the runner got a good break.
Ford tied it up on a bunt last half. And that's one way to start the inning.
Yeah, another leadoff runner for the Mustangs gets on base.
Hitter in the order, Connor Ray. Riles, he's set, he kicks, he deals, and it's a ground ball. Right side, diving stop at second, but it's not in time. Ferris made the play to keep it on the infield, but Connor Ray legs it out. Runners on first and second, and nobody out. Grapevine in business. It's on first and second. He kicks and deals. And that ball is well struck into the outfield. Esquivel put a rope on it. It rolls to the base of the wall. One run comes across to score, and Thomas Powers. Here comes Ray. It's a triple for Esquivel, and the Mustangs take a 3-1 lead in the top of the fourth.
Luke rifled that ball to right field.
With Grapevine taking a 3-1 lead after the Luke Esquivel triple that scored 2 earlier this inning. Boswell trying to battle with a 1-2 count. He grounds it to the right side, but with the infield pinched, it's an easy play made at first. For the second out, Tanner Pierce is 500.
It may have been 496.
490 something. Trey Bell. Hey, Trey Bell's there for us.
Yeah.
496.
It's not often that Trey gets a chance to correct me.
Oh, man.
That's a hit.
And that batting average will climb. Each one, Esquivel drives in another. It's a 4-1 lead for Grapevine.
Yeah, big 2-out hitter.
Cantu struck out swinging
That's
last
well hit.
time
That's
up.
probably going to get out of here. Yeah.
Well struck ball, and it's a home run for Lucas Cantu. And that makes it just a 2-run deficit here for Brewer.
Yeah, we knew the ball was going to carry well to right, and that ball was hit really well. That was...
I mean, playoff atmosphere as well. You can see as the game is tight. Maybe we'll see that on our screen. The crowd living and dying with every pitch more and more as we get later in this ball game. Here's a big pitch on the payoff. It's grounded to right. Park on to first in time for the first out. But Jeff, the atmosphere here tonight, certainly the temperature's rising in the crowd.
Yeah, there's definitely a packed bleachers over there on good opening round crowd.
That's hit towards center. Sergio Aguirre putting together a quality game. Made a run-saving catch to end the second with the bases loaded out and left. And singles here to get aboard here in the fourth.
Yeah, another good swing right there by a Bears hitter. He was right on time and just drove that ball right up the middle. This inning, if you don't have to, with runners on base.
Chen for the 3-2. He gets him on strike three, paints the outside black, and catches Ellington looking. And that's a HBP.
The inning down here and not get to that leadoff hitter, Orozco.
Two-run ball game. Two aboard here for Brewer. That ball hit up the middle. One run comes across, and they throw it home. No cut. First and second. It's a one-run ball game. It's Braden Squires out of the 9-hole who comes through, and now Brewer's best hitter coming up to the plate. Not like it gets easier, but it's all relative when you're talking about far and away. Statistically, Jesse Orozco's been the best player for this team this year at the plate. And he's hitting with a 3-1 count right now in a one-run game. And it takes for ball four, so the base is loaded. Brewer, well, they've come out from Fort Worth in full force, and this biggest spot of the game right now, bases loaded, one-run game.
Yeah, very big spot in the game right here. That 3-1 pitch was a slider, so I think we had decided if we threw him a strike, it wasn't going to be something he was looking for.
Kyler Ferris at the plate. Fouls the first.
Had a big cut right there, the fastball around the belt.
Ball is popped up in front of the dugout for Grapevine, and the play's made. Loudly Esquivel right in front of the Mustangs dugout makes the catch, and they keep hold to a one-run lead. Brewer strands the bases loaded. A run, but again, Grapevine escapes, hanging on to the lead. Brady Boozer, Colin Park.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get some of those runs back here.
Ground ball right side. Boozer trying to leg it out, but he's retired on the 4-3.
Yeah, he made it a fairly close play. He's got good speed and got down the line well, and I actually would prefer to see him make an out like that on the.
There's Parker Evans looking in. Kicks and delivers. Nifty play made at the hot corner onto first, and the scoop is there. What a play made. Troy Griffin with the dive and the catch at first to fourth, then came across to score, giving Grapevine some breathing room at 4-1. However, Brewer comes back and scores a pair in the fourth.
Yeah, right back in a one-run nail-biter.
And Troy Griffin gets rung up. Ben Chen, what he did last time at the plate, will be tied up. He hit a solo shot to lead off the fourth, and really a no-doubt home run off the bat. Jeff Knipper knew it.
Yeah, I'd like to see us work him down a bit. That pitch was up above the belt. Could be make him something. Well, that's well hit too.
Struck towards right, but they've got a guy. It's Brady Boozer out there.
Yeah, fortunately right at Brady, and that ball was down around the.
Puts it back to the top, and the standout freshman Luke Esquivel comes up to the plate.
So another two-hit night for Connor. He had a two-hit game Friday against some very tough pitching. He's really found his stroke here in the last month.
And so now Luke Esquivel, who hit a ball on a frozen rope last time up, hit off the glove and still was able to manage to get 3 bags out of it, despite it hitting off leather in the infield, and he smoked it.
This last at bat. Still a big area to shoot at over there. That right fielder is way off the line.
Playing him to pull despite having a triple to the pull side last time up, or playing him to go opposite field. And either way, they can stay where they are defensively because there's no way to defend the free pass. And, well, Luke Esquivel gets aboard again. It's his 3rd time on tonight, 2nd time drawing the wall.
But they've really been knocking the ball around the ballpark. That's a good line.
Throw to first. They do get the out on a bang play.
Something to the outfield.
And that is into the outfield. 1 run comes across to score. Here is another, and Jeff Knipper wants the ball in the outfield. It's there, but Boswell slides too far off second, and he is called out, but he does produce a couple of runs.
Yeah, you're in the top of the 6th inning with 2 straight line drives.
They are starting to see the reliever think that in the inning and a back-to-back that are very well struck by the meat of their order, and here's a guy who has a pair of hits for a ball. Ball 4.
Yeah, you can hear the noise come out of that Bears dugout. They certainly haven't got discouraged by the 3-run deficit.
No, they've kept the energy in that.
I wouldn't expect it.
Lolly Esquivel goes to the heater and blows it by David Ellington.
Yeah, good high fastball right there by Lolly and set here.
Lolly looks in. He comes set and checks at first. And the pickoff works out. Lolly Esquivel was keeping a close eye on him over at first. And Sergio Aguirre's off the base paths. By Matthew McGinnis, so he's been on 3 times today.
Yeah, I think Lolly was asking where that pitch was because I think he thought it was a strike.
Again, it's Chavez who comes in, and that's lifted towards center by Squires, or turns right. Either way, it's the 3rd out. Brady Boozer out in right field makes the catch. Lolly Esquivel comes into the game and keeps it at a 3-run lead for Grapevine. We continue off to the 7th.
And this is Parker Evans back on the hill for the Bears. He's in his 4th inning of work. He's up to 50 pitches.
Boozer puts a real good swing on this one. 2 hops off the wall in right center, and he's digging for 3. Boozer slides into 3rd and stays on the bag. A leadoff triple for Brady Boozer in the 7th.
He gets another good scoring opportunity. There's a hit. Well, it should score him.
Opportunity taken, caught in right by Cantu. He throws it home, but not in time. Deep enough to allow Brady Boozer to score on the sacrifice. And that extends the lead at 7-3.
Kidder not only hit that ball, that home run, he also had a very hard out to Brady in right field on a ball that just didn't elevate.
He was hunting fastballs both times, something Lolly Esquivel's been throwing a lot. That's popped up left side. Park is under it. He gets called off, kind of raised there, and makes the catch for the 1st down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So Well, he does go to the heater, loses his lid in the process, but he'll take the punch out, and there's 2 gone.
Yeah, he didn't leave anything behind on that pitch. He
Upstairs on an 0-2.
yeah, good spot right there, 0-2. Great shot right there, Lolly.
And the Mustangs cheering. And that will do it. Lolly Esquivel with the strikeout. Grapevine wins it 7-3, and they go up 1-0 in the series. Lolly Esquivel closes it out. It was a wire-to-wire great game. Grapevine pulls away late, and they take a hard-fought Game 1 victory here in this series.
Yeah, the game was much closer than the final score.